Hey Taurus, this is Perrymore Tarot's daily reading for August 15th, 2022. This is for Taurus. Last shuffle here. Ooh, tell us something good, right? Wow, kindred partnership, happy success. All right, so for those who are in a union, this looks like you are making some stuff happen, okay? You are really bringing it together. It may be you that's the one that's being more active here. Because of happy success, that's happy success in our hands. And it also could be too that like you're thinking of ways to make things awesome. You may be planning something beautiful for someone, or this could be someone doing this with you. Someone may be planning something awesome. Now, if you're not in a union, this is about you thinking about the ways in which like you can develop yourself in some way, right? Because this would be about happy success. If it's in your hands and in your mind, you're like, I know what type of partner I want to be. Look at this, truth and peace, and wow. Okay, we have the moon. I think whatever this is, you're not going to talk about it, right? But with kindred partnership, Ace of Swords, Temperance. So we have Cancer and we have Sagittarius. So we have also, well, sometimes people say moon is Pisces, but I don't necessarily see it as Pisces. But, you know, that's traditional energy there. So, all right, kindred partnership. We have Ace of Swords, Temperance, we have Queen of Cups, and we have Queen of Pentacles. And so this could be a person or this could be two people, right? But we're seeing peace. Like there's a peace that comes from maybe emotion, like fear. There's like some sort of fear. And the truth, it almost looks like something is being revealed with the Ace of Swords. So if you are in a union, right, there's a fear that's within this union that it's like brought to the forefront. The truth is revealed. It's very clear that either there's fear of putting your heart into it because you're afraid of losing losing the relationship, you know, because this is like fear of as soon as you start to put in the you know, put in all the energy, that someone goes, I'm kind of, you know, I'm not feeling it anymore. So there's some sort of fear here because the Queen of Cups is about putting, you know, she's very selective about who she gives her cups to because she just loves herself, right? And if it's not worth giving you a cup, she's going to keep it for herself. But she's very loving, very forgiving. And this particular one, she has a lot of hope, and she has a lot of faith. But at the same time, she's she's worried about like putting a lot into someone without, and they get bored. Like I said, they just get bored. They lose their feelings. You know how like that honeymoon phase wears out, and then you're just like, yeah, I don't know, I'm not feeling this right now, you know, kind of thing. And the Queen of Pentacles, she's very fertile and she gives a lot of her energy. This is earth energy, right? She's a nurturing, stable person, very sensual. But the thing is that she could be fearful of losing all that she has, losing resources, right? So either way, that may be revealed, that this is going to be reconciled in some way with Temperance. Like that feeling, those feelings will be reconciled. And if that's being reconciled, that means that someone is speaking their truth, saying, I'm in this for the long haul, right? I'm not going anywhere. Now this, if you're not in a union aspect, right, when this comes together, then this would be about realizing that that's what you want. Like that may be what is blocking you in some way from a relationship, or that may be what's stopping you, or that may be what is holding you up from choosing a person, because this is two people, right? So it's almost like I want that romantic love, but at the same time, I don't want to get involved with someone and give a lot to it for it just to fall apart or to degenerate into fears and abandonment issues, codependency issues, and such. So this would be something like that, right? And the happy success would be the Page of Swords and the Moon. On your mind is watching to see what you're missing. Like you see what's being hidden from you in some way, trying to follow your intuition, but you're like, yeah, I trust my intuition, but at the same time, I could be watching too. Like I could be checking to see what's going on, which is true. which is true. But there's a thing. Somebody said this one time, and I was like, "This is the dumbest thing I ever heard." To be honest with you, don't go looking for something, or you might find, you might get your heart broken, kind of thing. You're like, don't be looking. Like if somebody says, "Oh, go look through your significant other's phone," and kind of thing, and they're like, "Don't do that if you don't want to get your feelings hurt." And I'm like, this. The thing is this. There should not be anything in there to begin with. So what if you feel the urge to look? But then I guess the message is, if you feel the urge to do that, there is something, right? Your intuition has told you that there's something, but sometimes you're paranoid. So this is that energy of like reconciling the paranoia, reconciling the fear, being honest with oneself about that, about realizing that there's some stuff that may need to be healed, right? There may be some things that deep, like that run deep. And so the happy success is about doing that, like to observe that maybe some things can be an illusion. Sometimes it could be all in your head. And that's something too, right? Because your mind can go into a tangent and be like, I saw a shadow over here. And then when the sun comes up, it was never a shadow to begin with, or it was never anything tangible. It was always a shadow. And so this is that energy, okay? And so you go further and you have the stuck energy with the Six of Swords and the Devil. The Devil represents stuck energy, and stuck energy, that is the stuck energy. And it may be that it's stuck in a state of worry, always having to get yourself to a place where you're like, I need to distance myself from a person. So maybe as soon as something comes up that makes you feel... you know what I mean? Like you have that inkling, that weird, like worst case scenario thought or feeling. Naturally, you automatically create a distance, a detachment. And so this is saying that that's what sticks a person sometimes, is that obsessive feeling of, I need to keep distance between me and another individual, because there's no telling what bombs are going off, but I definitely don't want to be there for the carnage. And that's what's that saying, that's there. But the devil oftentimes speaks of freeing oneself as well. So it's almost like when spirit comes out with this stuck energy, they're telling you, we're sticking you here until you realize that this is a cycle. This is obsessive. The devil can oftentimes speak of obsessive, especially when it comes to swords, because they're like thoughts. So you're thinking of like the worst and how to get out of a situation usually, then it's like obsessively spinning you around in a circle. Like then you sail back and everything's okay, but then you might feel that the moon is, you don't see something right in this blackness here, and it's like there's nothing really there, but it's in our minds. This is consciousness energy, right? And then here we go again in the cycle of being stuck, going, I want to get some distance. I'm just going to get some distance. See, that's what these do, which is being reconciled within you, right? They do the same thing. They're like, I'm out. And there's a lot of anxiety with it, as soon as you may feel a little inkling, right? But it just looks like something that needs to be healed. And then you have taking steps with the Five of Pentacles and Seven of Swords, and so taking steps to backtrack to see where your thoughts may be not in alignment with what reality is. Okay, this is intentions to see, is everything in alignment, right? I think that's what starts with everything, is that feeling like alone, feeling shut out, feeling like you're just by yourself out here. And then you take steps going, let me backtrack and see what the heck I'm missing in a situation. Then you realize, I'm stuck. I'm stuck in this feeling of always wanting to detach so nothing happens to me, right? And freeing yourself of that, happy success with the moon and the Page of Swords. Honestly, realizing that you need to observe the fact that a lot of times this is all in your head, right? And that there's peace to be had. This is a beautiful energy. I wish I could go further. I'm running out of time because seems like it goes even further. Oh, Taurus, for one day, right? Just one day, this is a lot. All right, if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, my links are on my page. Peace, love, and light. Take care.